Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. That is from the book of Wisdom, Proverbs chapter 19, verse 21. Child of God, welcome on board. On this episode, we shall be spreading love, peace, positivity, and good vibes to the whole world together. With me, your host here, Y311H. I have some incredible videos, the type of videos, my friend, that might make you pause and meditate on reality. Others, you might even find something that you can relate to, all for the sake of spreading good vibes. But my friend, through these videos, we have something to be thankful for. Life itself, us being here together. And for that, let's start with thanks and dive in on today's videos. Wonderful Creator, Maker of all, thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for your love, Father. Thank you for this soul, today's viewer that have joined us. Thank you for directing them here, Father. Thank you for the blessings you have stored for them in this video, Father. Thank you for the great things you'll do in their lives, Father. Thank you for the experience that we shall have. Thank you for the words from the book of wisdom, Father. Be with us till the end. In your holy name, Jesus Christ, give thanks. Amen. Child of God, let's take a look at these incredible videos.
You mean to tell me I've been working on cars for 20-something years and I had no idea that those acrylic screwdrivers, the ones that got kind of a funny shape, kind of shaped like a socket, you can put a socket on them and you can ratchet the screwdriver. I had no idea.
What is the brother talking about? Not even understood that one.
There's some scrapped aircraft lying around not too far from the fence line. This guy here is an F-100.
Huh.
And we got a little bit of activity. Looks like there's an F-16 and an F-35 taxiing on the runway. I think they're going to take off. Now the F-35's taking off here. The sun is like glaring off my screen here. It's hard to tell if I'm getting it in the shot, but you can see the F-35 taking off. Yeah, super cool.
What is strange here? It's good vibes, but
And there it goes.
hi. Do you think there is something strange apart from the plane leaving
There's the good
ground?
old B-1B parked over there. So I sat there for a while and watched the typical aircraft do their thing. We had F-16s, F-35s, stuff like that. I really didn't think I was going to see what I wanted to see, and I was okay with that. But suddenly, I had my scanner on and I heard what sounded like somebody say Raider. At first I thought I just misheard a call sign of a plane, but a few minutes later, I managed to actually see what I'd come here to see. The B-21 Raider came in for a
Wow, okay. All those are incredible technologies, my
This
fellow
is Houston,
humans.
Texas's richest neighborhood, and they just put out their Christmas decorations.
Wow.
Man, look at that. Look at the oil money just dripping everywhere. They really put it on for Christmas. Well, they pay for it, don't they? They pay someone else to do it. They're not out there doing it. But man,
Look at this.
imagine living in this neighborhood.
Wow, it's
A lot of
beautiful.
people are out here drawing their birds like this. But I'm telling you, that ain't going to cut it. I'm going to show you how to step up your bird game. All right? So we're going to start right here in the middle of the V. And we're going to go down and make a little lump right there. And then right in here, we're going to make the beak. Just like that.
Oh.
And we'll go ahead and put a little eyeball right there. So you're kind of seeing where I'm going, okay? So now we're going to finish off this head. We're going to bring it around like this. But we're going to stop because we got to do the body. We're going to go like that, okay? And then we're going to do the tail. We're going to make it like a triangle with it kind of curved on the end. And then we're going to bring it back up about right here. We're going to stop, okay? Because we're going to finish off this wing. We're going to go in the inside and bring it out like that, okay? We're going to do the same on the other side. just like that. And then we're going to put some little feet on it here. We'll maybe make that eye just a little bit bigger. And there you go. There's your simple bird. You just stepped up the bird game. Thanks
Good
for watching.
vibes, but it looks like a flying duck. Or am I seeing my own things? Interesting.
All right, I'm about to show you guys something ungoogleable. If you can Google this and find anything like it on the internet, post it in the comments. But you can't. This does not exist on Google. This is pressed Baltic amber ingots, and it's something you see quite a bit in the amber world at stores and in jewelry and stuff like that. But it's a secret on how it's made. So what this is basically, this is AAA butterscotch amber, and this is basically recycled AAA butterscotch amber. So let me take you on a little deeper dive. So what is this ungoogleable pressed Baltic amber? Here it is, right? You can tell that this is man-made. This is from a machine. What it is, it's a lot to explain. For my amber lovers, this is a secret that like nobody can you find on the internet until now. So check it out. Let's say you want to make a necklace in amber. You want to make something like a necklace. And to do that, you have to have beads. Now, most amber is clear and yellow. And you see a small piece like this, you can make a couple beads. You cut up little pieces, you polish them down, you have some beads. And let's just assume that this clear color is good, but this color, which is butterscotch, is even better. And you want this color, but you don't always get that much of this color. Sometimes you have stones that are mostly yellow like this, but they just have a little piece of butterscotch right over here. So what do? In the factory with their little saws, or maybe by hand, you cut off the butterscotch, and you have that little piece of butterscotch, and you throw it in a bucket full of little butterscotch pieces. And now you have this bucket full of tiny little pieces, which I don't have an example of here, but you'll have all this leftover tiny scraps. They can actually put that into an autoclave, which is like an oven basically that cooks with heat and dry pressure. And they take all those little pieces, and we're talking like pounds and pounds and pounds, big bunch of them, and they cook it under heat and pressure slowly but very firmly until it melts down into the mold that they've made, which is this. And this is the result of that process. Now you have this, which is still real amber, but it's been heat treated and modified, so it's different. And now you can cut this and polish this any way you please. So what you do is you cut that up, and now you can make bigger necklaces like this. This necklace is pressed amber like this, and this necklace here was not from pressed amber, it was from all natural amber. And so this pressed amber, as you can see, it has like certain characteristics, and there's different styles, there's all sorts of different like things they can do with it. This is only one. But this allows them to recycle all these little small chunks of butterscotch that otherwise would have been wasted because it's too small to do anything with. And they can melt them down into this and then start making things like this. So that's what pressed Baltic amber is. And there are many more types. I'm gonna actually show you a few colors. This is a high quality one because they got the whites. This is a lower quality one where they got different colors. This is like a medium quality one where they collected a lot of the clear stuff. So you can see, look at like the melting process, and you can even see the little circular lines on here. So that is pressed Baltic amber ingots. We're going to do a deeper dive on amberbugs.com and a blog post on that. But this is something that literally is ungoogleable. So I hope...
I just saw something
There
new.
should be
Did you
every
know
single
about
car
that
that's
issue
Cadillac's
today?
Co-pilot dashboard, and it can see better than the human eye. It can see at night and through bad weather. And it means that when you're looking down at your dashboard to see your speed, you're not looking away from the road.
What?
Rápido.
What? Brothers? Oh! What are these people doing? Oh my god, brother, what are you up to that? What? Why? This is making watermelon look disgusting.
Tudo mesmo assim queimada.
Oh, look at this. Man, what are they doing with watermelon? This, look, this is not the right way to go about watermelon. Those watermelon must have felt very disrespected.
Russia's
Wow.
President Vladimir
Good
Putin
source.
said today that U.S. proposals to end the war in Ukraine could form the basis of a future deal. Speaking to journalists in Kyrgyzstan, Putin said hostilities would cease as soon as Ukrainian troops withdraw from areas that he says they occupy. But he said it would be pointless to sign any deal with Ukraine's current leadership. Putin claims that Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky lost his legitimacy by not holding elections when his term ended last year. Конечно, мы хотим договориться в конечном итоге с Украиной.
Of course, we ultimately want to reach an agreement with Ukraine, but that's practically impossible right now. Legally, it's impossible. Anyone who can, whoever wants, can negotiate with them. We need our decisions to be internationally recognized by the major international players. That's all.
Officials in Kyiv say that elections were impossible at a time of martial law and war with Russia. Meanwhile, U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff is due in Moscow next week for talks. He's been under fire recently because of a leaked transcript that appeared to show him coaching a Kremlin aide on how to deal with President Trump. Today, Putin dismissed any suggestion that Witkoff was being too friendly with his Russian.
What? Good vibes, sauce. I think this king of English rice is good vibes from this side of the world. We love him. We love the people from those Russian lands and all people across the whole world. That's what we should all be doing. Kind, loving, good vibes to your neighbor the way you should love yourself. Now that is quite interesting listening to. Lots of things going on around the world lately. And I can't even understand, my friend. Where do you think this is leading? Or where this is just coming from? This world, my friend, is full of wonders.
Learned helplessness is a psychological condition that's experienced by both people and animals, and studies around animals can teach us an awful lot. The best example I can give you is the forced swim test, and it's something that we all experience in our lives. If you take a cup of water and place a mouse in it, this is for research purposes only, it will try to kick against it and tread the water. Now, that mouse will eventually give up, right? However, if you take the mouse out of the water and it knows that eventually it will be rescued, it never stops kicking, meaning it has hope. Another one involves shocking dogs, and yes, I know this all sounds very cruel. It's generally not done any longer, but there's a lot we can learn from it. This involves putting a dog in a crate and shocking them after a bell rings. They learn that if they go to the other side of the crate, they will not be shocked. If the dog is shocked randomly, then they just stop reacting. It doesn't matter if you put a barrier there. However, if you take a dog that has been shocked randomly and then place them in a new crate, they will jump to the other side. What it took was a change in environment to get them out of that headspace. This can be related to how we feel when we are helpless, when bad things just keep happening and there's nothing that we can do about it. So these are animals. How can we apply it to ourselves? Well, to be fair, we are animals too, and we also display remarkably similar behaviors. If you've spent your life and just event after event after event happens to you and you have no control over it, you might just stop trying. You might stop trying to get yourself into a better environment, and that is learned helplessness. And dear God, I don't want to be that motivational person. If you feel stuck, if you feel like there's no way out, if you feel like the bad times are just going to keep on rolling, understand that you might need to change your behavior. Yes, other people's behavior sucks, but you know what you can do? You can stop engaging. You can stop over-explaining. You can stop asking for something that somebody can't give you. I do realize this video had mixed signals. Our mousy friend was never going to win. This was an experiment to see how long it would try. And yes, life does feel like that sometimes. Good luck, God's be with you, and don't be the person who spends their life saying they always wanted to do that thing. Just do it.
And always spread
Officials in
love
Indiana are
and good
working to clear a
vibes.
highway after snow caused 45 vehicles to crash on I-70. The state police says it could take another 2 or 3 hours to reopen the road following the crash. Officials across the state are warning drivers of hazardous road conditions due to the winter weather, and no word yet on any injuries.
This is driving me nuts. What is the only U.S. state with a one-syllable name? I thought it was Utah, but
I
I realized
don't
it was
know.
2 syllables. What is it?
Okay, y'all. So I want to address this question because every time we have a video go viral and it's a post of me in Princeton in the video, people always want to know, why did I choose to adopt a white child versus a black child? And typically I respond very sarcastically or, rudely. But just this time, I said, you know what? Let me educate the people just for a split second. I know. Oh my gosh, it's a black woman with a white child. God forbid, you know what I'm saying? But if God didn't want it to happen, then baby, it wouldn't have. And let me tell you why. Because I did not do private adoption, and I think that's where people is getting all of these things misconstrued. I did not do private adoption, and private adoption is, where you go and you talk to the adoption agency. I don't even know how the dang on process works, honestly. But what I will say is I was a foster parent. And as a foster parent, me and my husband decided not to have any stipulations on the children that would come into our home that would need assistance. Like, why would we put stipulations on that? Oh no, they can't be white. Oh no, it can't be a boy. Oh no, they can't be 12. Oh no, they can't have a disability. No, we welcomed all children of all ages,
Foster
all colors,
parents.
all religions, all disabilities into our home so that we can assist those children while their parents was, getting themselves back together. Now, we've had some beautiful reunification stories come out of our foster home. However, when it comes to Princeton, aka Boosie, when it comes to him, unfortunately, my baby didn't have the opportunity to be reunified with his birth mom or dad. So they gave me and my husband an option to adopt him. Now, we had him since he was 3 days old. He didn't get adopted until he was 2.5. I was the only mom he knew. Ricardo was the only dad he knew. So when the option for adoption became available, why would we say, no, he's white. I dare not take a white child because we're black. Put him back in the system. Put him back in foster care. Baby, do you know, like, I can't even fathom, like, it just would have never been any possibility for me to tell the social workers to place him back in foster care. Absolutely not. Now, I don't feel the need to have to clarify any decision that me and my husband choose to make for our family. But what I will say is the plans that God have for you is far better than your own. Now, my plan, I never would have adopted. Never thought about it. But God's plan was for me to adopt through foster care the child that I have, the children that I have. Now, I always say this, if people are so concerned about who other people choose to adopt, then I want them to get on their overcoats, their boots, grab their keys, and shimmy on to their nearest social services or adoption agency and ask about all the hundreds of thousands of children that are available for adoption right now. Right now. I challenge you to do it. I do. Now, while I understand what it could look like to other people, baby, that's not my prerogative. What y'all think is not my business. I don't care. I don't give a hill of beans or a roll of potatoes like my great aunt used to say. I don't care. But what I will say is, if you care nearly as much as the strength that it took you to type out a comment on a stranger's page on the internet, take that same energy and go adopt. Do it now. Don't delay. Okay? Somewhere a child really deserves that. Okay? Well, y'all have a good and blessed day. Bye.
Good episode, that one.
In Japanese.
Chainsaw Man.
No. Like, how do you say the name in Japanese?
Chainsaw Man.
Okay, then what's chainsaw in Japanese?
Kusari no ko.
What's man in Japanese?
Otoko no ko.
Okay, now put those together.
Kusari no ko no otoko no no. Kusari no ko no otoko. Kusari no ko no ko no. Kusari no ko no ko. Kusari no ko no otoko no ko.
So that's how you say it in Japanese?
No, Chainsaw Man.